Hi everybody, Eric Lamulura here for another tutorial. This one, well, part of it was requested by my good friend Gonzalo, and he wanted to know about the cards, the action cards, what some of the stuff meant. So I reached out to another friend of mine, Aki, to find out what this means. Alright, so we've got the cards here, and when you right click you get the reshuffle deck and reload deck. So basically, what's the difference between the two? I was curious too, because honestly I didn't know. So I asked. He said he believed he said you'll have to try it, but that the difference between the two is that, well, reshuffle will just reshuffle the cards, but the reload would mean that it would keep the random seed. So if you were to deal 5 cards, you reload, and then you deal 5 cards again, the same 5 cards would come out. So I tested it, and it didn't do that. So as far as I can tell, there's no difference between the two. Maybe at some point it used to do something different, but it doesn't do anything different. Alright, so I mean, you can deal cards like this to the public, alright, and then if you close it out, you lost it. Before, it used to appear here, and then that would get cluttered real quick. So, but it doesn't do that anymore. If you want it back, you have to select here, reshare hands. And there you go, you get the same cards. If you want to deal a card just to one player, you have the portraits up here, so you can deal the cards and only that character gets to see the card. So I mean, that's about it for the cards, really. For initiative during combat, the combat tracker will take care of that on its own. You don't have to drag cards there unless you'd like to change which card it is. Then you could go under tokens. Let's see, where is it? Rule set, cards, and you could actually drag a card there, and then you could change the order manually, like if you fumbled with it or something. But otherwise, with the with the tracker, it just does it automatically, even if the character has the quick edge, or level-headed, improved level-headed. The rule set will take care of it. You don't have to redeal cards. You could always just right click on it and deal another card like this. So that's about it with the cards. Alright, now the second part. So last weekend I played in a bunch of a couple Savage Worlds game for FGCon, and I noticed some GMs, the way they deal with Bennies, it just just more work than it needs. Okay, so I've seen, when prepping for the game, at the start of the game, I've seen GMs do this like that. Alright, or Bennies, and then go all the way to 3. And then if you have 4 or 5 players, that takes a while. Not really necessary to do it like this in the middle of the game. If you just want to award a Benny to one of the players, yeah, you can do that. That works great. You can also do it like this, right? But sometimes, yeah, your screen gets cluttered, so you don't want to keep this up. So the right-click trick works, right? For your GM Bennies, you could do this, but you can also hold down Control, then mouse wheel up to give yourself the amount you need. By default, it's 1 GM Benny per player at the table, right? So in this case, it would be 4. There we go. Another way too, and that was mainly the one at the start of the session. So you could do the right-click thing, and I mean that's cool. But you could also go into each character sheet, hold down Control, mouse over the Bennies field, and mouse wheel up. There you go. That character has 3 already. But the fastest way, and you can do that with all the Savage Worlds game except for Deadlands, because there aren't actually bennies, they're fate chips, right? So yeah, for fate chips you would have to go like this, and it takes forever. One thing I don't like about Deadlands on Fantasy Grounds. But the best way for the bennies at the start of the session, and also for the adventure cards if you use them, is as the GM you bring up the character selection window here. Now you have all the players, okay, and then what you do, you get 2 fields here. Now you click here, 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 right there, there. There you go. Everybody's got their bennies. This 3, and it takes into account the luck edge or bad luck. In this case, this character here as the well, fortunate is the same as luck. 1 additional Benny per session, and it dealt that additional Benny. So you don't have to ask around if anybody has luck or bad luck or great luck or fortunate, all that stuff. And yeah, also the adventure cards, it dealt all the cards. So there you have it, to make it easier on you as a GM. That's my tip for the day. That's my video. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming.